I think we'll begin the conference on a light, well, not a light note, but with an opportunity to learn a little bit about learning and about how to convey the magic of maths in particular. Can I ask you, as the conference opening session, could I ask you to welcome the Maths Buskers?
Hello, my name's Katie. I know you were just promised no further ado, but can I get a microphone so I can walk around? Sorry. So I've come here to talk to you today about Maths Busking, which is, I guess, a new form of maths communication, but it's not just that. And I'd like to kind of get across to you what we're doing with this. And, you know, it has definite applications for education, but as Maths Busking, as you'll discover, that's not necessarily our primary aim. So I'll get onto that. Sorry, doesn't work yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about Maths Busking and the project and where it's come from. And in between, I'm going to show you some Maths Busking tricks. So hopefully this mic will soon work. Yes, excellent. Okay, so I can do a Maths Busking trick. So hands up, who's got a calculator? Oh, what? Well, obviously. Maybe a phone with a calculator on it. Can I get a few hands up from people? Okay, so let's pick 3 people. Say, oh, his hands go straight down again when I say that, don't I? So there's a gentleman here on the front row. Someone over there, maybe? The hands are all not coming back up again. The lady with the grey jacket there, yeah? And someone from over here, maybe? Yeah? The gentleman with the cream shirt. Okay, so what we'd like to do is, I'd like to ask you to choose a 2-digit number, any 2-digit number. Don't worry, there's nothing technical or difficult going to happen here. So your favorite 2-digit number. I want you to type it into your calculator, and then I want you to cube it. So this is a maths word, and it means I want you to take the number, times it by itself, and then times it by the first number again. So you end up with your 2-digit number 3 times with multiplication symbols in the middle, and you end up with a massive big number. Okay? So give me a shout when you've all done that. Have you got there? There's still some frantic cubing going on over there, yes? And over here, oh, I've turned it on. Excellent. Have you got a cube number yet? Okay, we're almost there. So you've just done the boring calculation maths type stuff. And what I'm going to do is the exciting going backwards, and I'm going to tell you what your original number was. Okay, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and if I get them all right, I want a nice big round of applause from everyone, because it's not easy. Okay, so I want you to read out your number. It'll be some number of thousands, and then some other bit afterwards, okay? 10,648. So your original number was 22, correct? If I do get it right, you should indicate in some way that I've got it right, because otherwise everyone will just be sat there. Okay, hold on the applause. I'll get all 3, and then we can have a big one.
My number was 6,859.
6,859. So your number was 19. Yes, excellent. And one more. 72. Okay, so this is just one of the tricks that we do, and it involves a pattern in how cube numbers work. And if you want to find out more about this, the Maths Busking website has all of this information on, or you can talk to me later. So I will commence slides, and we'll see what happens. What is Maths Busking? This is the most common question we get, because it's a very strange new concept. Maths Busking is both a new form of maths communication and a new form of street entertainment. It uses the techniques developed by street buskers to share our favourite parts of maths. This is directly taken from our mission statement. Maths Busking is not a lesson in the street. Our mission is to empower people who are passionate about maths to try to reach the most hard-to-reach audiences. So it's not just for mathematicians to be able to communicate in a different way. We're going to try and reach people who don't already do maths. We're not just talking to gifted kids at school. We're not talking to people at a science conference. Well, we do sometimes, but we're not just talking to people at science conferences who've turned up to learn about science or maths. We will go out into the street. We'll be in the shopping centre, and we will see people who would not normally engage with maths, and we will give them a little bit of maths. Who are we? Well, I'll come to this. So the original team that founded Maths Busking. None of them, fortunately, can be here this conference. But Sarah, who works at the Royal Institution, she is the Clothworkers Fellow for Mathematics, and she runs the Maths Masterclasses in the UK, and it was her idea. Steve Humble, who is the Newcastle Evening Chronicle's Dr. Maths. He writes a regular column about maths. And Matt Parker, who is a part-time outreach officer at Queen Mary for maths and a stand-up comedian. So these three people got together and they decided to try and create something which was, you know, a little bit subversive, a little bit different to all the existing forms of maths communication. I'll continue with the slides. So here's some photos of us out busking. This is in Birmingham City Centre at the British Science Association Science Festival. Rufus is covered in pegs there. That's a very interesting trick that we do. This is on the South Bank in London at the Royal Society Summer Exhibition. We were there all day. It was really hot, and lots of people came and watched us. This was at the Royal Society Fellows Dinner. We performed around the tables for the Fellows of the Royal Society. They are a very difficult audience, partly because they just ask lots of awkward questions, but also it was good fun, so that was good. I'm now going to show you a video, and this is a video which was taken on the South Bank when we were doing the Royal Society Summer Exhibition, and this, I think, just gives a flavour of what maths busking is about.
Maths busking is not a maths lesson outside, it's an all-new form of maths communication. Maths busking is real busking, where maths is the gimmick. It's not just something else entertaining with maths attached onto it. The mathematics is what the audience will genuinely find entertaining about the performance. Maths busking reaches a whole new audience who would not otherwise engage with mathematics. Maths busking makes people re-evaluate their opinion of mathematics and mathematicians. Buskers need to engage with a passive and often indifferent audience, so what we're doing is taking the sensibilities and methods of busking and then using them to communicate mathematics. Maths busking is not just a new way to engage people with mathematics, it's also encouraging mathematicians to develop better communication skills and to think more about how they engage with the public.
Okay, so that was just a short video there. There's a slightly longer version on the Guardian website, which is the same but slightly longer. And that was made this year. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the axioms of maths busking. Now, as like all good maths busking started with a set of axioms. Does everyone know what axioms are? It's a sort of a bit of a maths word, but it's kind of a set of principles on which we base what we're going to do. So the axioms are where we started from and the kind of the rules that we gave ourselves, and that's what we're going to work within. So the axiom 1, maths busking is busking. And this is very important because what we're not doing is teaching. We're going to use the techniques of busking to do maths. So we've got to remember that what we're actually doing is street entertainment. So first of all, axiom 1.1, the audience is passive. So a street busker will be outside. He's got a unicycle. He's got some juggling equipment. He's whatever he's going to do. But everyone who walks past isn't really interested. And if he wants them to stop and watch his show and give him some money, he's got to make them look. He's got to make them interested. And this kind of passive audience, maybe slightly hostile audience, is something that mathematicians face. People say, "Oh, I don't like maths," or "I find it difficult." And it's something that we can definitely use if we have the ability to grab someone like that. We can take use of that and use it for maths. Drop in, drop out, meaning that the crowd isn't necessarily going to be sat there for a whole hour like you would in a maths lesson. So you've got people who would come and watch you and stay at the front and watch you until they get bored and walk off, or you've got people who are just walking past in the distance, and you've got a whole range of people in the crowd, and the people who are walking past in the distance, they might slow down, they might think, oh, what's going on over here? And they'll see someone with Maths Busking written on their t-shirt who's entertaining a crowd of people. And what they take away from it is just as important. They get the impression that maths maybe isn't just boring and about doing lessons. And number 3, we must be engaging. Anyone who walks past must see us and think, I wonder what this is, I want to see what's going on here. And as part of that, Axiom 1.3a, don't worry, it doesn't go any deeper than this, we cannot alienate people. So we can't say, maths terminology. We can't immediately say, oh, we're going to make you do some really hard sums. We can't use words like axioms. So we've got to try and make it very approachable. Axiom 2, maths is the gimmick. So this is another really fundamental point. What we're doing has to be fundamentally maths. We can't just be juggling chainsaws on a unicycle and saying, hey, maths is cool. We've got to use maths to get people's attention. And number 3, maths to take away. Because we're not going to stand there and explain things in the street. We're not going to teach a lesson. So we give people a website, which has got full explanations of all of our tricks and what the maths is behind them, and then people can go home and look at it. Or they can take away the fact that a mathematician entertained them today, and they can tell their friends about that. So, whatever range of things people take away from it, there is something there for them. This screen means that I'm now going to do a trick. So, I'm Maths Busking again. I'm on the move. Hello, sir. What's your name? Colin. Nice to meet you. And your name? Helen. Katie. Okay. Well, you two should shake hands with each other as well, so that you know who each other are. Okay. So yeah, let's have a maths party. Let's invite lots of people and let's everyone meet each other. So we've all shaken hands. Sorry, Lenny. Nice to meet you. Okay. So if we all shake hands with each other, how many handshakes will that be? I'm sure there's a really easy way to work this out. Let's do some kind of experiment. Okay, so let's get 10 people and see what happens. Would you guys like to join me up on the stage just briefly? Okay, can we get 10 people? Maybe this whole row. And can you find everyone else? How many have we got? Let's get a line going up here. We're going to have a maths party. They're the best kind of parties. And we're going to see how many handshakes we get all together. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we need one more? 8, 9. One more person? Okay, this is brilliant. So we've got 10 people. If we can all fit along here, maybe you might need to shuffle to the left a bit. So what we'll do is, we'll do this in a very organized way. So we'll start with Humphrey on the left. And if you'd like to shake hands with all of the rest of the people, and when you get to the other end, remember how many people you've shaken hands with, and do a number of fingers to indicate that, okay? So if you want to go, so that's 1, 2, 3, and now if you'd like to go as well, remember how many people you're shaking hands with. Everyone might have to shuffle left a bit here, or else this could get awkward. So how many people? You've got 9. And how many people was that? Oh, you've already shaken hands with that guy, so you don't need to shake hands again. So you've just got 8,
okay,
yeah?
Okay.
So you've already shaken hands with these 2.
Oh, yes, right.
So you're here, and you've got how many? 7. Okay, keep going. Okay, and you will have 6 there, because you've already shaken hands with those guys. Okay, if you'd like to set off, everyone can shuffle along. So 5 here, yeah. This is very efficient. I'm happy with this. Sometimes this takes forever. Okay. Okay, if you guys would just like to come in here, because if you want to come in at the place where you stop shaking hands, so that we're a bit more organized. So, and you've already shaken hands with everyone else. Exactly. So you need to somehow represent 0 using your hands. Excellent. Okay, so now we've got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 8? 4. You should be 4. If not, just pretend you were 4. 3, 2, 1, and 0. So this is how many handshakes everyone's done, and we now need to add these all together. Now, before you get your calculator out, as a mathematician, I know a really easy way of doing this. So if Mr. 0, would like to go and stand with Mr. 9 over there, make friends. If number 1 would go and stand with number 8, and we'll pair everyone off. So 2 with 7, 3 with number 6, and number 5 with number 4. And you might want to spread out this way a bit, because it's all getting a bit crowded. So we're now in pairs, and each pair has got how many handshakes? So you've got 4 and 5, you've got 3 and 6, that's 9, 2 and 7, that's 9, 1 and 8, and then 9 and 0. So each pair of people has got 9 handshakes. So if we take half the number of people, which is how many pairs we've got, and multiply that by 1 less than the number of people, which is how many handshakes each group has, then we do 5 times 9 is 45 handshakes altogether. So if we wanted to do 100 people, we'd just need 50 pairs of people with 99 handshakes in each pair, which of course 50 times 99 is 4,950, come on. And you can do this for any number. And this was a method, I think maybe Gauss was involved. One of his teachers asked him to add up all the numbers from 1 to 100 because he was being annoying and he wanted him to keep busy for a while. So he said, there you go. and the teacher thought, oh, he's just discovered a really nice method. So anyway, thank you very much to all of our volunteers. Nice big round of applause. Thank you, Sylvia. No? Okay. I haven't stolen it, honest. Okay, so a little bit more information about Maths Busking. Our target audience, this is again from our mission statement. Maths Busking aims to reach the audiences that wouldn't buy a maths book, wouldn't watch a maths documentary, and wouldn't choose to go to a maths lecture. We will be out in the street talking to people, and not just to the kids, but to their parents as well. Because their parents will stand back and say, oh, they're educating our children, let's watch. And then you say to the parents, come on, join in. And they're a bit resistant, but you've got to get them to join in because this is for everyone. Maths Busking training, we started the project pretty much just over a year ago. During 2010, we trained more than 80 people. These were teachers, academics, science communicators, maths advisors, STEM people, and 1 journalist. They varied in age from undergraduate students through to retired people and 1 child. Someone brought a child. We couldn't do anything about it, but they loved it. It was brilliant. Everyone learned about Maths Busking, and they helped us to develop new shows. So we'll have a training day. Everyone will turn up, teachers, communicators, people who are interested in getting involved. Everyone will come up with ideas. Everyone will share the ideas they've already got. We'll show them some of the tricks we do, and then they'll go away. And maybe they won't come and do any Maths Busking with us, but the teachers will take away so much. They can use these things in lessons. And as I say, while it isn't necessarily geared towards a classroom environment, our main aim is to be out in the street. It's so useful because some of the things that we do can be adapted to classroom work, and it's really good fun. So if you're a teacher who's kind of losing a bit of momentum and they've forgotten why they really love maths, if you come along to a training day, we do some really cool stuff and it gets you going again, I hope. Media coverage. Everyone went mental for Maths Busking because it's got a silly name. So we were on BBC Radio 4's More or Less programme. That was the journalist that came along. It was Ruth. She came to our training session, and then she did a piece on More or Less. There was an article in the BBC magazine, and there was a piece, video on the BBC News website. And all of that was from her. And she joined us, and she learned how to do it, and she did a bit of busking, and it was really good fun. There was a piece in the Education Guardian, which is where the video was attached. Maths fans joined the street entertainers, and that was a full page in the Guardian Education Supplement. The Independent had a recent article called Maths the Makeover, which was talking about the kind of resurgence of cool people doing maths, and we were mentioned in that. There was also an article in a Canadian newspaper. We were featured on radio in America, on one of the local radio stations. Someone had a chat with Sarah when she was over there. And, you know, it was nice to get so much attention, and it means that we've been able to do lots and lots of events, which is brilliant. Services we provide: busker training, as I've mentioned, teacher sessions. We could do a day for teachers. Entertainment, we can do evening entertainment like the Royal Society dinner or birthday parties or, you know, anything like that. Workshops for children, that would be a lot of fun. And corporate events. But whenever we do these things, whenever we do science festivals or conferences or things, we try to get a pitch outside, because if we're outside, we'll catch everyone. And it's really nice. It's really nice to be able to support that using kind of conferences and education stuff, because everyone loves it and it's great. Upcoming events, we're at the Big Bang Science Fair this week, which is going on today and for the rest of the week, and that's where I'll be going after this. Leeds Science Festival on the 2nd of April, we've got a pitch in Leeds City Centre as part of that. The British Science Association Science Festival again this year is in Bradford, and we'll be there, and we'll hopefully be in the city doing some stuff there. So that's exciting. Our sponsorship has come from the University of Manchester, which is where myself and Sylvia are both PhD students at the moment. The IMA, HE STEM, who've been very, very generous, the Royal Institution, and the LMS. And all of these people are on my back. And in terms of recognition, Science Today, Portuguese Journal of Science, Technology and Entrepreneurship, has awarded Sarah their Communication Award in their Science Awards. So it's really nice to get a bit of recognition for this, because it's been a lot of work, and Sarah's worked absolutely really, really hard. And she's sad that she couldn't be here today, but again, she's in London working at the Big Bang. So that's that. This is our website address, mathsbusking.com, where you can find out more, and that's our Twitter feed where we've got information. We also have a Facebook page now, I think. I'm very, very honoured to have been invited here to open the conference. So thank you very much.